Hey guys, welcome to Trackickoffroad. And in today's video, we are going to be installing this 2-quart fluid carrier from Trail Gear in Clyde. So the purpose to a fluid carrier is, to hold fluids. So Clyde goes through a lot of power steering fluid, and you just place your fluid inside of it. She's ready to rock. It's not going to come out. So if you don't mind fluid rolling around the cab of your rig, you don't need this. But because of Clyde not having anything to stop fluids or whatever I put in the back of flying out, we're going to be installing this fluid carrier in it. So the first thing we're going to end up doing with it is trying to find a location for mounting. I'm thinking somewhere over here, maybe right in this area. I think that's probably what we're gonna go with, because then I can just reach over and grab the fluids. But actually I think I'm gonna do it on this side because I want to be able to get to the latch. I don't know, we're gonna play around with the placement, and then I'll show you what we come up with. So I decided on placement on this side. Even though the latch is right here, it's kind of hard to get. But on this side, the latch is gonna just hit the bar and I'm not gonna be able to get it off. But I will also be able to reach over the side here and get the latch and pull my fluid out. Installing this is super simple. It's already got some pre-cut out holes, and we're just gonna use some self-tappers on a few of them to hold it in place. And I think it'll be strong enough to hold 2 quarts. It's not gonna go flying out the back. But first things first is we are going to clean it up with some alcohol and spray it black so that it doesn't rust. It comes with an oil coating, and that's why it's not all oxidized right now. But as soon as we clean the oil off, it'll oxidize and rust away. So let's get at it. All right, so I got this thing, all the oil off of it. It's gonna be ready for paint here in a minute. Now I was thinking about removing this clamp and not painting the clamp because, it's just dumb, but it's riveted on. So I'm just gonna paint over it because honestly the paint's gonna wear off this thing anyway. And it's in a rock crawler, so I don't really care. And if it starts getting rusty, let's touch it up. It should look great again. But if you do want to take this clamp off, whatever you're gonna call this thing, you can just drill out these 2 rivets, take it off, and you don't have to paint it. And then you got to re-rivet it, etc., etc. But I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm just gonna hang it up and spray it. So I'm just gonna paint this thing right on Clyde. Just hang it from the latch there off the D-ring, and same with that one. We'll just spray it on here. I mean, worst we can do is make it, make Clyde look a little better with a little more paint, right? So this is gonna work good. So it is a little bit cold today, but it'll be fine. I think this is gonna make the paint stick. So I'm gonna spray it with some adhesion promoter first. It's really not necessary for a project like this, but I'm gonna do it just for a little insurance. It's probably not gonna matter. And we'll just use some Walmart brand black spray paint, and she'll be looking good when we get to installing it. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but this stuff is shooting out like it's strained. That's not normal, but we're gonna send it anyway. All right, so I got the first coat on, and that adhesion promoter actually made things worse. I'm not gonna spend time to fix it. But as you can see, there's some runs in there. That's actually a really thin coat, but all these little ripples and stuff is from the adhesion promoter, and I think it's from it spraying just straight out. I should have stopped when I noticed that, but I don't care. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with the last 2 coats, so I'm gonna just get this finished up and we'll get to the install. All right, so I got them all painted up. You know, it doesn't look pretty. There's some runs in there. It's just super cold outside, and that adhesion promoter just, yeah, it was gonna be bad in the beginning. But now we'll wait for this to cure, clip them off, and get this bad boy installed. A trick to get your paint to cure a little bit quicker is to hit it with a heat gun and just force that paint to dry, especially when it's cold outside, because it's just going to take forever anyway. So yeah, you just hit it with a heat gun and it'll help that paint cure a lot quicker. So I'll be honest, it's still a little tacky. You know, I got a little impatient, but we're going to install this thing anyway. So I'm just going to use these 4 little self-drilling stainless steel screws to hold it in place. I'm going to probably do 2 in the plastic and then 2 through the sheet metal. If you're going through your floor, make sure you're not, you know, going to be running into anything. And make sure you also don't really care about your vehicle, right? So let's get this thing screwed in. So I'm going to try to squeeze myself through this little tight spot so I can get in there and get this thing on. I want to apologize in advance if my big head's in the way, but we're sending it. Ah. Two in, 2 to go. That plastic's not very strong, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Actually, only 1 went through the plastic. I decided to just climb inside so I can actually see and you guys can see. We're gonna need some longer screws. So I decided to downgrade and just run 3 of these sheet metal screws. I think it'll work. It's gonna work better than those little tiny self-tappers. So let's see if these will drill through. I'm not certain. All right, we'll start with one on the top here through the plastic. Oh yeah, that's much better. Uh-oh. That's not going nowhere. All right, now we'll put some fluids in there. Thing of oil. Thing of power steering fluid. Clip this bad boy in here. All right, so we got this thing installed. I'm not super happy with the way the paint turned out. I should have been a little more patient with it and used a little better paint, but I guarantee it's going to go bye-bye anyway. I don't think that paint is it's gonna rub off and things are gonna happen, so it's fine. We'll just touch it up if it needs it. So now that all the fluids are nice and secure, it ain't gonna, you know, fling out on the trail, and then when I run out of power steering fluid and I'm like, oh no, where'd it go? I know it's gonna be right here. It's secure and it ain't going nowhere. It's off to the side where I still have plenty of room for more storage things in the future for this area and in the future for a different body, because I'm never gonna have 4 people in this. So the back half is all for storage. I'd like to put like a spare tire back here, but getting it out, whew, it's not gonna be easy. I don't want to like mount it back here, and I don't want to mount it up there because, you know, center of gravity, you know, that high, sketchy business. Then approach angle, you know, we don't want it back here either. So yeah, other than the paint job, super happy with it. I've had this product waiting to be installed for like, I don't know, 2 years. And I finally got around to it. But yeah. If you don't mind all your fluid just, you know, rolling around in the bed of your truck or in the cab of your Jeep or whatever you wheel, then you don't need one of those. But if you want to be organized, keep your stuff safe, I highly recommend it. I'm gonna link it in the description below. I believe it was like probably like 48, 50 bucks on trailgear.com. Not sponsored by them. That was a gift. So I mean, I hope I maybe help persuade you if you've been looking into one of those, or just given you some storage ideas for your off-road rig. I want to thank everybody for their support on the channel, and I really hope you enjoyed this video at some point. Please consider subscribing to the channel and also going and following us on Instagram at Trackickoffroad. Thanks for watching.